Hello, everyone. Please let me know where you're from in the comments, and please leave any questions that you may have in the comments as well. Again, my name is Earl Knight, and I'm the expert realtor. I'm looking forward today with getting with you again this afternoon, and looking forward to sharing this information on 10 steps of purchasing a home. Today, we're going to cover the very first step, and that very first step is credit, starting with your credit. Of course, I'm loving this time. It's very exciting being able to help people achieve their dreams on purchasing a home. If you've never purchased a home before, this is the 10 steps on how you can do it effectively and save you stress. Again, my name is Earl Knight, an expert realtor. I've been licensed for over 17 years. I'm licensed both in the state of Georgia, also in the state of Florida. I am a family man. I've been married for over 15 years. I have 3 lovely children that are excelling and doing great. I've also sold, or our average sales every year, and I've been closed on over $5.5 million worth of properties. Just to give you a little background about me, I average about 30 to 40 homes a year in sales. This past year I did over 40 homes in sales, and it's steady increasing. So I love helping people. Again, we're going over today the first step, and that first step is starting with your credit. If you're just not getting on, please let me know where you're from in our comment area. If you have any questions, please leave that in the comment area as well. But before we start with the first step on with your credit, I would like to recap from our last conversation dealing with the 10-step process to purchase your home. And that first step is, of course, starting with your credit. That's what we're going to be going over today. Step 2, setting your budget. Step 3, you got to line up some cash. You need some money for home inspections, closing costs, and we'll get into that later on that step. Step 4, find a great realtor. Step 5, get pre-approved. Yes, you're halfway there. You're making progress. Step 6, search for a home. Step 7, make an offer. Step 8, go under contract. Step 9, get a home inspection. Step 10, close the deal. Hooray, you've done it. Now you're in your home. And what I love about that is, I know some of you may have dreams of purchasing your first home, your first rental property, your first investment property, whatever it may be. I say this as a side note. If that's your dream to do so, jot it down, put it in the calendar, put it on a note somewhere, put it in your Bible, put it somewhere in front of your computer to remind yourself. I've learned a long time ago, write the vision, make it plain. Don't just talk about it, but not just talking about it, but write it down, because writing it down does something. It manifests, it brings it to pass. So promise me you do that. Promise me that you will not only write it down, but put a date by it. Whether you're looking to purchase in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, to a year, 2 years, write it down. So right now, I'm giving you a head start. We're going over the 10 steps to purchasing your home, starting with credit number 1. So based on your goal and your timeline, you may speed up that process in the 10 steps. If it's 6 months from now, you can take your time to hit that journey. So I'm looking forward to sharing with you. Again, my name is Earl Knight, the expert realtor, licensed for over 17 years in the state of Florida and Georgia. And today we're going to go over the topic of starting with your credit as is the first step to the 10-step process. How many people know that credit reports are kept by 3 major credit agencies, being they are Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax? What they do is they show your history for the past year, 10 years of you been paying late or if you've been paying on time. And that's huge, because what it shows them is that how do you handle your money? So that's very important. You know, your score is formulated by the Fair Isaac based on all the information on the report. Whether you have 10 companies that you have credit with, or whether you have 3 companies who have credit, or whether you have none. So all that dictates your score, which is very, very, very important. However, it is not unusual for the 3 credit agencies to all have different scores. And what I like about that is this, that some companies may only report to Experian, some may only report to TransUnion, some may only report to Equifax, and some report to all 3. But the big deal is that when you go to purchase a home, they don't just do one report. They pull something called a tri-merge. And a tri-merge is where they pull all 3 reports together and they get an average credit score based on all 3 reports. So that's huge. That not only that, it's important to check just not one report, but check all 3 reports, because just in case you have any errors. It's not uncommon to have errors on your report. A past due medical bill that you paid a long time ago. A past due collection that you might have paid. Or maybe you've just been great all your life and somebody else is on your credit. So it's very important to get your credit pulled. And guess what? We are allowed at least one free credit report a year through annualcreditreport.com. Again, that's www.annualcreditreport.com. And I will post it in the comments after this call and after I finish talking to you, so that if you forget, it'll always be there with you. Again, that's annualcreditreport.com. And that's where you can get your free credit report to go over your credit. And that's huge to do so, because one of the most important things about your credit, not only will it affect if you can finance or not, but it affects your credit score. Now, your interest rate, which dictates how high your payment is, and also it can dictate how high or how low you can purchase from. Because if you don't know, and we can go over this later, just a little tidbit, is that the better your credit score, the more house you can buy with a lower payment. So you definitely want to get your credit checked. And if you haven't done it in a while, I advise you to do so, because by the time you get to a lender and wants to get pre-approved, by that time you'll be able to explain to them. Sometimes you have to explain why you might have had a late, why this may be on your report, whether it may be, and you're well prepared. So what I do love about this part of it is that you have this part is in your own hands. It's not dictated on someone else, but it's dictated on you. And this first part, again, is dealing with credit. And just to recap, what we're going over is the 10 steps to purchasing a home. I am so excited to be going over these 10 steps with you. I look forward to meeting with you again. That way in what we just did, going over the first step in the credit report. And just to recap that right quick, that is dealing with 3 credit reporting agencies: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. They do a tri-merge, which gives you your average credit score, and it's so important to get your credit score pulled. And it can be done for free if you haven't done it yet at annualcreditreport.com. For any questions, please leave them in the comments. Again, please share with me where you're from. I look forward to sharing all my information that I have with you. I look forward to our next talk, our conversation, and our next step that we'll be going over next time will be setting your budget. And this is huge, because setting your budget is not only just good for purchasing a home, but setting your budget is huge for building wealth. And how many people are out here looking to build wealth, or looking to retire early, or looking to invest in property? You have to have a budget to do so. So until next time, people, love, peace, and happiness. I look forward to speaking with you every time I get on here, every week, every 2 or 3 days a week, if not every day of the week. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. If there's something you'd like me to talk about or give you information on, please let me know that as well. I look forward to greeting and being with you again. Again, my name is Earl Knight, the Expert Realtor. Love you. Bye-bye.